Welcome back, everybody. Sorry for being a couple minutes late here. We just had some technical difficulties setting up the head system here. So hopefully you guys will be able to hear me a bit better when I'm face down on the floor working with you. Today is our heavy weights workout, which means if you've had some heavy kettlebells or heavy dumbbells just kind of sitting to the side or in the basement, or maybe you picked some up and they're a little heavier than anything you've been able to do with us so far, today is the day you get to bring out those heavy weights. So I encourage you to not just bring out your heaviest, but bring in maybe some medium, maybe even some lighter ones, because we will be doing a bit of warming up first. And as you know, if you've been tuning into our workouts this week, they're not always the most forgiving, so you may have to drop your weight loads down as you progress through the workout. I need to grab a couple dumbbells here. I'm gonna be tasked with the job of demonstrating to you guys how to do the movements both with kettlebells and with dumbbells, because the movements will be slightly different technically, and I know some of you have only one or the other. So I'll probably do a quick demo of both, and then each round I'll probably be switching which tool I'll be using. So mandatory weights for today, kettlebells and dumbbells. If you don't have kettlebells or dumbbells, it's going to be a bit more of an awkward workout for you. You can still do the movements with us, but because you don't have external load, you're probably not going to get too much of a workout. So this is a more equipment-based workout. Optional equipment, if you have this handy, go grab it now. Skipping rope, foam roller. We're going to be doing some foam rolling in between rounds as an option if you want, because we're going to give ourselves a good 3-minute break in between rounds to just let things recover a little bit more. And if you have an ab wheel or one of those big blow-up exercise balls, you can grab that for one of your exercises as well. So I'm going to grab my dumbbells, I'm going to grab a rope and a wheel, and I'll see you guys back here in about 30 seconds. I got everything I need here. You can just put all your equipment off to the side for right now. Adam, are you with us today? Adam's one of our viewers. He's been with us pretty much all week. Great to see you again, man, if you're here. All right, guys, so we're gonna do our usual warm up to begin, just loosen things up, get the heart rate going a little bit first before we get into the heavy work. And we will be doing a little bit of swings and a couple exercises that we played around with on Wednesday as part of our warm up as well. So let's get started with a bit of a mobility series. Just find a little bit of space on the floor, feet hip width apart, and we're going to drop down into a squat pattern. So getting nice and low, knees out nice and wide. And if at some point my microphone cuts out, then I'll just toss the headset, because it can get unreliable sometimes when we're down close to the floor, I found. I think it just loses the signal. All right, let's take our left arm, reach up to the ceiling. Really opening up through the spine here, keeping your shoulders back and your heels down. Bring that hand down, reach up with your right arm, all the way up. Let's go back to the first side. One more of each. And switch. Good, we're gonna do some downward dog resets. So hands to the floor. You're gonna extend your knees up and then bend your knees, coming back to this kind of squattish / crouching position. Extend the knees again so you get a stretch in the hamstrings and bring it back down. 2 more here. Fully extend the legs. You can walk out the heels if you'd like. Bring it down. And 1 more. And right back to the squat. If you don't get this low in the squat, that's no problem. You don't have to get this low. Just try to keep the heels down, knees out. So if you're up here, that's fine. All right, we're gonna go into those crab extensions. One hand goes back, other hand goes back. Hands should be about shoulder width apart, so located under the shoulders here, and we're gonna extend the hips up as the head reaches back. So we're trying to get a nice tabletop position with the body. Bring the hips back down and back up. All the way. Back down. 2 more. As always, if this bugs the shoulder, you just lie down on your back as you go through these. Good, back into the squat. We're always gonna come back to this squat position. From here, we're gonna go into those quad raises. We did these a lot yesterday. So, bringing the knees forward. Kick the toes out behind you. I'll show these sideways for you. And then we're just going to lean back. Keeping the hips forward, glutes engaged. Come back up when you feel you need to. Don't go too far, don't go too fast. We hit our limits pretty quick with these ones. 2 more. Just really prepping up the hips, prepping up the knees for the workout. We'll warm up the upper body shortly. From here, we're gonna go to a sesa. So sit down on your heels. And we're gonna lean back. You might have your hands on the floor. You might get your elbows to the floor. Wherever you go, keep the abs engaged, drive your hips up. You may even find yourself going right down. If you get pressure in your low back, then come back up to the previous position. Looking to stretch the quads here. All right, come back up. Come to a standing position. Nice wide feet, toes forward. I'm going to do some rotations from this position. So we want a nice wide stance. I'm going to pivot 90 degrees. If I need a wall for balance, have a wall handy. Otherwise, a little bit of balance here. And I'm going to pivot back to the front, 90 degree turn to the other side. Back to front, and pivot again. Ooh, a little wobbly today. And front, one more time here. Second side. Face the front. Press the hands down to the floor. We're stretching out the inner thighs. Walk the feet out further apart as you can. Toes are pointing forward. All right. Come on up. Arms straight out in front. We're going to do nice big wrist circles. Take them slow. And you really want to feel like you're challenging the full range of motion all the way around. And change directions. All right. I think I got to turn up the music a little bit for you guys. I feel like I have a dominating voice going on. All right. Hopefully that's a little bit nicer for you. Okay, we're going to get into a couple kettlebell exercises / dumbbell exercises. I will demonstrate both pieces of equipment. Start not too heavy. grab a moderate weight load. We're going to start with some two-handed swings. So if you got your kettlebell or your dumbbell, place it out in front of you a couple of feet. You're going to hinge down with a nice long spine, butt out, hinging at the hips, reach forward, grab the handle of your equipment, and you're going to hike it back like a football, and then drive the hips forward, and go through 10 to 15 swings. From the side, it looks like this here. Hips back, the hips are creating the power forward, and notice the kettlebell is not going down to my shins. I'm keeping it very close to my pelvis. If I got a dumbbell, grab it like this. That's probably the best way to go. And you can do about 99% of the same motion with a dumbbell. You don't need a kettlebell to do a swing. It'll look the same from the side. It just feels a little bit different than a kettlebell, but that's okay. Once you got 10 to 15 reps, put your weight down, take a break. In about 20 seconds, we're gonna go again. Just a couple extra notes on the swing. So shoulders are going to be pulled forward by the weight swinging out in front of you. So we want to resist that. Keep pulling the shoulder blades back. Keep the lats engaged by pulling the shoulder blades down. And that's going to keep the upper body in a nice stable position. At no point are we rounding. So get the butt out. Stick it out. Do a nice long, strong back. All right, let's go here. Set number 2. If you want to pick your weight up a little bit, go a bit heavier. Another 10 to 15 reps. And let's go. I'm really snapping my hips here. So the glutes are doing all the work. My arms are just kind of along for the ride. Even if this weight is 3 times heavier, it's harder to hold the kettlebell on my grip, but it's not much harder to get the weight this high because my legs are doing all the work. No good with this counting thing on camera. We'll call that 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Place it down. Again, the total number of reps you do don't really matter, especially if you're just starting out with exercise. Go based on how you feel. When you're getting tired, just stop your set. Especially today with the heavier weights, we will have a rep range we're going to work in for a lot of our exercises, generally 8 to 12 reps. Based on your weight, you might only do 6 reps. That's awesome. Do what you can. All right, we're going to go into an exercise we did on Wednesday. It's called the snatch get-up. I'm going to demonstrate with the kettlebell first, and then I'll get the dumbbell out. So, single arm swing, same as a double hand, but we got one hand on the bell. Again, I'm grabbing more towards the front horn of the kettlebell. I'm not going to go into too much detail on these. Go back to the previous videos if you want more of a technical explanation. So, we're going to snatch it up, punch the ceiling there. I'm going to keep it up high. My same side knee goes down. So left arm up, left knee down. Right knee goes down, left foot comes up, right foot stands up. That's 1. I'm going to go through 6. Snatch. Left knee down, right knee down, left foot up, right foot up. When I'm coming out of the snatch, cast it or flick the kettlebell forward before you go into your next one. You keep going. I'm going to get the dumbbell out. When we're doing these movements, these momentum-based movements with the dumbbell, generally we have less of a swinging motion and it's more of a linear motion. So I'll demo from the side first. Dumbbells rested straight in front of my hips. I'm going to hinge forward. Hips go back, chest stays up. I'm going to snap my hips forward just like with the kettlebell, but the dumbbell goes straight up. And then I catch it overhead. All right, bring it back to the shoulder to reset. Back down, and again, hips go back. Snap the hips forward. Drive with the elbow here, and then use the momentum to catch underneath the weight. If it's your first time, don't worry about the heavyweight theme of the class. Go light. Bring it down. Hips back. Snap. And push or punch up to the ceiling. You've got to be at least 6 by now. Make sure you switch sides after you get to about 6 of those. I'll start with the dumbbell on the right side here. So weights in the front. Hips go back. Drive the hips forward, elbow gets pulled, and I catch underneath. Notice when I catch it, I'm in a bit of a squat here. Because if I don't get the weight all the way up, I need to get under the weight. Back to the shoulder, reset. Here we go, punch, stand, reset. You keep going with your dumbbell. On the kettlebell, we're back to that momentum, swinging or arc movement pattern. Bend the elbow, punch up, right knee down. I forgot to do the knee get-ups earlier. My apologies. Flick it out, snatch, right knee down. Flick it out, snatch, right knee down. I'm gonna go 2 more here, just to make sure you all have enough time to get through 6. All right, and bring it down. Nice work. We're gonna call that our warm-up, guys. So we've got a lot of work ahead of us. So let me explain our format as always. We have 2 rounds for the whole workout. Each round will consist of 2 sections. The first section is 2 exercises, and we work back and forth for 2 minutes. Then we'll have a 30-second rest to transition our weights out, get ready for the second half of the round. Then we have another 2 exercises, and we're gonna work on those 2 for 3 minutes. We're gonna repeat those 2 cycles of exercises 3 times. Then we get a nice 3-minute transition where we're gonna do some foam rolling, some skipping, or chatting with your friends, active recovery, group air high fives, whatever you gotta do. After 2 minutes, it might be 2 or 3. I think I put 3 on the timer and 2 on the board. We'll see what we get. Then we go to the exact same format, but we just change up our exercises. Don't worry, I always explain a whole bunch at the start. No one knows what's going on, but I will make sure you follow along as we work together. All right, so first 2 exercises. Kettlebell swings. If you're comfortable going heavier, grab that heavy weight, guys. This is your chance to go heavy. So we got kettlebell swings, and then we also have a kettlebell knee get up. We've already worked on this a bit in the warm-up. So this is what it's gonna look like. I'm gonna go through 2 swings, and then I'm gonna clean the kettlebell up to my chest. I'm gonna do 1 knee get up. So just 1 on my right side. Now I'm gonna go into 4 swings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Clean it up to the chest, and then I'm gonna go into 2 knee get-ups. 1 on the right, 1 on the left. And then I'm gonna do 6 swings and 3 get-ups, 8 swings, 4. So it's always a 2-to-1 ratio. We do that for 2 minutes straight. I'm gonna show you your next 2 exercises, and then we'll get started. When we get to the 3-minute round, we're gonna do something called transition squats. So we can go heavy on these again, and it's actually gonna look similar to something we've already done. So heavy weight down low, between the legs, squat, and on the way up from that squat, we're gonna catch it at the chest. We're gonna squat from there, then lower it down. Squat, go up, and repeat. You'll do 8 to 10 squats, and then we have a 3-point row. 3-point row. Have a couple kettlebells out or a couple dumbbells out. You're gonna bend down. Place your hands on both kettlebells. Get the spine out long, butt out, just like you're in that football hike position. You're gonna row 8 to 12 reps, and then 8 to 12 on the other side. If you have 2 of the same weight, you can alternate those 8 to 12 per side, your choice. All right, I'm gonna do the first round with kettlebells. I'll do the first round with dumbbells, because I demoed with kettlebells. First round with dumbbells, second round, I will come back to the kettlebells. All right. Hopefully that made sense, guys. Get your weights ready. We're starting with swings and knee get-ups. All right. Heavy Fridays. Here we go, guys. So 2 swings. Here we go. 1, 2. Bring it up to the chest. 1 knee get up. Down, down, up, up. Now 4 swings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Clean it up to the chest. 2 knee get ups. Try to always alternate which knee you're going down on, so we get a nice balance there. All right, 6 swings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're always doing half the reps on the get-ups. So we got 3 get-ups. This dumbbell's pretty light because I didn't grab my heavy ones in time. 8 swings. So if you're going slower than me, or you're finding you're out of breath already, then that just means you got a heavy weight, you're working hard. Don't try to keep up with me, and don't let me slow you down either. You can go faster. If you don't have heavy weights, I will start slowing down. Feel free to go faster. Feel free to do more reps as well, if you have only lighter weights with you. All right, 10 swings. 40 seconds left. 7, 8, keep the shoulders back. 9, power the hips, that's 10. All right, 5 get-ups. Less than 20 to go. 3, 4, and 5. 10 seconds, let's swing it out. Right to the end of the round. 3, 4, 5, good. 30 seconds. Okay, we're into the transition squats. So with dumbbells, squat high, squat low. Transitioning the weight position every single rep. For the 3-point row with the dumbbells, have one dumbbell upright, place your hand on top. Other dumbbell will be used for rows. All right, guys. 2, 1. Here we go. High squat, low squat. Pull it back up, high squat. We're doing 8 to 12 reps. You do what you can based on your weight load. So there's a good chance you might not stay with me in this round. You might need more rest, I might need more rest. 3 minutes. We're just doing these 2 exercises for the 3. All right, I think that's my reps. 3-point row. 1 dumbbell up on the top. We're kind of sitting sideways. Place the hand on there. Get the spine long. Should look like you're ready to start a lawnmower. And bring it up and down with the arm. Think of pulling the elbow into your back pocket and then back down. 8 to 12 reps on this arm, and then switch off to the other side. I think I'm at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Switch sides. When I get back to the transition squats, I'm going to switch over to kettlebells. Because these dumbbells aren't really giving me the feeling I want for Heavyweight Friday. 3, 4, 5, 6. You're not trying to speed through these movements. Anytime we're working with heavier weights, unless we're doing those momentum movements like swings and snatches, we want to be under control. So the slower you go, the harder it's going to be. 10, 11, 12. Nice work. Right back to transition squats, guys. We're here for the remainder of the 3 minutes. Squat. Catch it. We want to keep the weight close to the chest. Don't hold it out away from the body. Unless you got only light weights, then you can hold it out there to challenge yourself. 5. Hips go down. The torso stays tall. This is our squat. It's not a hinge. We'll get to those later. 10, 11, 12. All right, 3-point row. Again, if you have 2 weights on kettlebells, you can alternate your sides. Oh, it's at 3 minutes already. Would you look at that? All right, guys. 1 minute rest. It's not a lie, 30 seconds rest, 30 seconds rest. We're gonna go back to that ladder. Kettlebell swings to knee get-ups. 2 swings, 1 get-up, and keep climbing. I'm going to transition over to kettlebells here. 2, 1. All right, 2 swings. Pull it up, knee get up. Down, down, up, up. 4 swings. 4. Pull it up to the chest. 2 knee get ups. That's when we're going to start really fast. All right, 6 swings. 2, 3, 4. Drive the hips. 5, 6. Pull it up. 3 get ups. 1. Switching knees every time. 2. Great work. All right, 8 swings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's your 8. Pull it up. 4 get-ups. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I did the same knee there. 4. 10 swings. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Up to the chest. Keep the shoulders back. Don't get lazy in the upper body. You know, this looks like a lot of lower body work. It's probably your arms that are getting tired. How many is that? Oh, it doesn't matter. That's our 2 minutes. All right. You got 30 seconds to grab some water. We're back to transition squats, 3-point rows. All right, guys. 7 seconds. I'm going to stick with the kettlebells, just a better weight for me. All right. Transition squats. Squat up to the chest. 8 to 12 reps, if you can. It's 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 12 of me here. Should probably get a heavier kettlebell. All right, 3-point rows. Again, you want to think of drawing the elbow into the back pocket. We don't want to be hiking the shoulder up to the ear. So we don't want to be there. We want the arms coming back. You can focus more on the lats when you pull that way. Let's call that 8 per side. 9, 10, 11. You switch back to the transition squats whenever you need to. All right, back to squats. We're about halfway through the round. 1, 2, 3. Fight for the shoulders. You're not trying to get the dumbbell to the floor in the low squat. If you do, there's a good chance you're going to lose your spine position unless you're very flexible and you can squat that low. But don't force it down there. It's at 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. I got 2 different kettlebell weights, so I'm going to switch around to make sure I get equal work on both arms. 3-point squat. 1. 1. 2. See if you get a little bit of a pause at the top. Try not to just pull it up and drop it. You get much more work if you control and fight against the weight the whole way through. I'm just going to do this to the end of the round because I know there's not much time left. Oh, like that. All right, that's 2 rounds down. We got 1 more round. Those same 4 exercises. And then we get between 2 to 3 minute rest, whatever the timer says. So we're back to the kettlebell swing and the knee get-ups. If you find your weight load's not challenging you, then maybe start at like 8 or 10 swings. Start higher up the ladder. Don't start back at 2. 1, 2, knee get up. Just 1. 4 swings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, I pulled that one up a little early. 1, 2, 6 swings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up we go. 3 get-ups. There's 1. Switch those legs up. 2, 3. All right. 8 swings. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and get-ups. 45 seconds to go. 2, 3. Woo, we're getting tired. 4. All right. 10 swings. 2, 3, 4. Feel those forearms working. 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 10. All right. 10 seconds. 2. Sorry for the heavy breathing. It's like a horror movie in here. Yep. All right, guys. 3 minutes. Transition squat. 3-point rows. And we get some rest. Okay. Transition squats. Those of you that really want to kick it up, you can add a jump when you're at the high squat. Let me show you. Then transition down. That doesn't really flow too well, actually. In theory, it makes sense. One more. That was a little harder. Okay, 3-point row. I didn't give you the alternative if you only have one weight. I apologize, I'll tell you now, it's not too late. If you don't have 2 weights, you can just do it at a 2-point row. So hinge and row the one arm. You don't need this other arm on a weight. Or if you're on a couch, a counter, a dog, an obedient spouse, that might take it too far. But you can put that resting hand on anything else. It doesn't have to be a weight. All right, if you're counting your own reps, then you're probably already close to the end of these reps. So I want you to transition to those squats on your own. Don't wait for me. 8 to 12 reps. And then come back to your rows. I slowed you down a little bit. I'm just going to do 8 here and then join you. All right, that's 8. And I can barely see with all the sweat here. It's the thing I love about heavy weights. You can sweat a lot without doing a single burpee. All right, we're at 30 seconds. Stuart slacked on round 3. Here we go. Great work, everybody. How much time? 3 minutes. All right, 3 minutes transition. So, please start by getting some water, catching your breath. I'm going to organize my workspace a bit. If you don't feel you need much rest, maybe you don't have very heavy weights at home, feel free to do some skipping or other cardio until we get going again. If you have one of these lovely pieces of equipment at home, a foam roller, you could even use a kettlebell to roll on if you want. Feel free to get on the roller, roll some tissue out. I don't have the time right now to go over a lot of this, but stay on top of your muscles, go really slow. You should find areas of discomfort, not excruciating pain. So wincing is normal, crying is not. And just go slowly back and forth over whatever muscle group you feel would be good to roll. So those are your options for the next minute and a half. I'm going to start explaining the exercises for the second half of the workout to save us a little bit of time. Okay, so the first 2 exercises, again 2 minutes in duration, same time format as the first round. We just switch our 4 exercises. So the first one, you may need to go to a little bit more of a moderate kettlebell weight or dumbbell weight. Unless you're just rocking it, then you can stay heavy. We're going to do something called the waterfall. I'll demonstrate it here with the kettlebell. So we're going to start by going into a snatch all the way up. And then I'm going to bring the weight down to my shoulder, so like a rack position. And then I'm going to kick it out. Snatch, shoulder, kick it out. So it's not kicking back forward like a regular snatch. I transition to my shoulder and then I reset from there. I'm going to do one on the right, one on the left, and then we're going to go to the second exercise, which will be an ab rollout. If you have a wheel, On the knees or the feet if you're a superstar. You're gonna roll out and then draw back in. No low back pain. I'm going to talk more about that one as we're in it. It should be working the front, not the back. I'm going to pause our timer, guys, because I want to explain the other two exercises first. So you get a little extra rest. All right, so that's your first two. The waterfall with the kettlebell or the dumbbell. I'll do dumbbell the first round so you can see the dumbbell option. And then the ab roll out. If you don't have an ab wheel, you got one of these guys, then take your ball out, hands on the ball, kneeling position. You're gonna roll the ball forward and roll the hands out, keeping the spine nice and long, the arms nice and long, and then pull with straight arms back into the body. Not quite as challenging as the wheel, but we'll get a lot of the same benefit. Those are your first two exercises. When we get to the 3-minute cycle, which will be 2 exercises, 8 to 12 reps, same as the first half of the workout. We have a weighted single leg hinge. You can grab 1 weight or 2 weights, that's your call. And then we're gonna stand on 1 leg, hinge, so kicking 1 leg back, the other leg stays planted, and stand back up and repeat. My planted leg, the knee has to stay slightly bent. We don't want to keep that knee locked out for a couple reasons. But a very slight bend at the knee. It's not a squat, it's a hinge. 8 to 12 on 1 leg, 8 to 12 on the other leg. And then we're going to go to a chest press. If you only have 1 weight, no problem. You're going to get down on the floor. Just be cautious when you pick the weights up and put it down from this position. So maybe if it's really heavy, just do 1 weight, even if you have 2. Because you can pull the weight up with 2 hands here. If you're comfortable getting in with 2, go for it. Lying on your back, we're going to go through a chest press motion. You can either do, again, 2-handed or single-handed. And just be careful when you bring it down. Don't bring the arm overhead or just let the weight fall. 8 to 12 on the chest press, and then we're back to the hinge. All right. But that's the 3 minutes. We're starting with 2 minutes. We've got the waterfall. Grab a moderate weight load, kettlebell or dumbbell. I will start you guys off with the dumbbell. So we're going to do a snatch with the dumbbell, bring it to the shoulder, and then back down again. Here we go, 1 per side. Snatch, bring it to the shoulder, bring it down. Switch hands, 1 on the left. All the way up, shoulder, down. That's it. We got to go to the ab rollout. Ah, where's my wheel? 1 ab roll out, and then we'll do 2 of everything. Back to the weights. Snatch. 2 on the right this time. Back to the shoulder, and then 2 on the left. All the way up, shoulder, reset. All right, ab rollouts. 2 rollouts. You really want to keep the pelvis tucked in on those, protect the low back. All right. 1. We got 3 here. 2. 3, switch arms. 1, 2, and 3. 3 rollouts. If you're on the ball, you do the same thing. Stay tall, roll the ball out as far as you're comfortable, and roll back in. We want to keep the arms as long as we can. Try to pull from the lats in the back and the abdominals in the front. All right, 4 snatches. Less than 10 seconds here. I'm just going to do 2 per side. All right. Okay, that's our 2 minutes. So we're going to go to our single leg hinge and our chest press. Single leg hinge can be single weight or double weight. One weight challenges your stability and balance a bit more. Two weights gives you a chance to go a little bit heavier. If you're doing single hand, it doesn't matter which hand it's in, but if it's in the opposite to the planted foot, it's going to be a little bit more challenging of an exercise. Woo. You want to try and keep your pelvis as square as you can. So when you're going down, we don't want to be in this position where the hip hikes. You want to keep the pelvis square as you go down. That's one reason why the planted knee should remain slightly bent. It's hard to keep the pelvis square when your knee is straight. 8 to 10 on the one side, and then switch sides. Keeping the shoulders back. Nice neutral long spine at all times. I am falling all over the map here today. I'm just going to do 8 because you guys are probably going a little bit faster than I am here with all my talking. All right. I think that was only 6 actually. We're going to chest press next. So lie down on the floor. 1 dumbbell, 2 dumbbells, 1 kettlebell or more. On your back. Sorry if I'm out of view here. Hands straight up in the air. Pull the elbows down towards the floor. You might make light contact. You might not. And bring the hands back up over the shoulders at the top. Sorry, I'm keeping my head up because of the microphone, but you want to keep your head rested on the ground. Eight to 12. If you have 2 different weights like I do, just switch which hand is working heavier when we get back to it. Breathe so heavy when the music is gone. I think that's 10. I'm going to come down. All right, right back to the hinge. Woo, 30 seconds left. Again, once you guys know the movements, don't worry about keeping up with me. You can just keep going. You'll get more work in if you don't break every time I break or talk every time I talk. Just try to work every time I do anything. All right. That's 3 minutes. We got 30-second rest, and then we're back to the waterfall ab rollout. If you found it was too much transitioning, then maybe start at 3 reps or start at 4 reps and climb from there. I'm going to go to a heavier kettlebell. So I'm going to go back to 1 and just challenge my weights here. 3, 2, 1. So snatch, back to the shoulder, switch sides, snatch to the shoulder and down, ab rollout. My abs are super tired from yesterday's workout or maybe accumulation of the week. These are really tough today. All right, 2 waterfalls. Switch, snatch, bring it to the chest, and down. Snatch, bring it to the chest, and down. 2 rollouts. Yeah, that's going to be tougher than the dumbbells. I should have grabbed a heavier one, but I didn't want to keep you guys waiting. I can't wait to see the replay on those rollouts. Those are a pretty sad feeling. Okay, 3 waterfalls. Transition, other side. One more. Beautiful. 3 rollouts. 10 seconds. I'm just going to do 1 hold. Or maybe not. Okay. That's good, guys. We're back to 3 minutes. Single leg hinge and chest press. If you want to finish off or start off where you finished the last round, just to get a little bit more chest press, not miss out on that, start on the floor, get your chest press going. I'm going to go back to the hinge. I'm going to try a little bit heavier. See if I can get to 8 reps. Try to keep the pelvis square. It's tougher when the weight gets up there. Nice little balance work in this exercise as well. If you find your balance is just all over the place, then feel free to just keep the one leg that you're not standing on just slightly on the floor behind you and do your hinge that way. So you can still get the work, the same exercise, but you don't have to worry about balancing because your other foot is on the floor. So don't think you have to kick out here. You can have it rested on the ground like that. That's not a problem. I think I got 2 more in me, and then I'm going to go down to the chest press. Good. All right, chest press on the floor. I'm going to grab dumbbells and just talk about positioning a little bit. Oh, someone's calling me. Sorry about the music. So for the chest press, at the very top of the movement when the hand is overhead, you want to have the weight over top of your shoulder. When you come down, notice the weight transitions out towards the elbow. So the wrist is always over the elbow. We don't want to have the weight here, and when we press back up, it's got to come back over top of the shoulder. We don't want to finish out here. Okay? The only time you might want to do something like that, or like this, is if you don't have heavy weights. You can challenge yourself more with a lighter weight by pushing the weight outside of that ideal stacked position. So only do that again if you have the weight load that dictates or necessitates it. You guys keep going on that chest press. I'm going to get this music going again. Sorry about that. Someone really wants to get a hold of me. Okay, there we go. Okay, 8 to 10 chest press, 8 to 12 chest press. I'm gonna let you guys finish up that set there. You maybe got a couple reps left, and then we'll go back to the hinge. Or keep going there. I think we got 10 seconds, 10 seconds. Just finish out your chest press if you're still down there. If you've already come up, maybe get a hinge or 2 in. 4, 3, 2, 1, and 30 seconds rest. All right, that's definitely the round I did the least amount of work possible in. We're going to go back to our waterfall and ab rollout. This is the 3rd round, guys. Last time through, 1 2-minute round, 1 3-minute round on the chest press hinging, and then 3 minutes cool down, a full rolling or cardio skipping, whatever you want to do. So, waterfall is next. I'm going to start at 2 reps of everything. Two waterfalls right, switch. 2 waterfalls left. Beautiful. Now roll out. Oh boy. Ooh, not going so low anymore. One more. All right, 3. For those that are learning what's the difference between the waterfall and just a regular snatch, I'll do a couple snatches here first. From here, all the way down. All the way down. The waterfall is the same thing up, but then shoulder or rack position, and then reset. All right, that's 4. 2, 3, 4. I think I was only supposed to do 3 there. That's all right. Okay. Two. This is the toughest exercise for me today. Ay, ay, ay. All right. Let me know what which exercise you guys found was the hardest today. Which one was too easy, which one was too hard. All right. Single leg hinge, chest press, 3 minutes of work, and then the work is done. Here we go, guys. I'm going to show you a slight variation on the hinge. A little more of a challenge. You'll need to go lighter. Either hold it in the rack position and hinge. If that's too tough, then goblet hold it. So it turns it more into almost like a single-legged good morning. And again, if you want that foot down for more balance, lots of variations on this exercise. So if you don't have the heavy weight, you can try it up here. Make sure the planted leg, that knee is slightly bent. You should feel some tension in the hamstring. It shouldn't feel like it's about to tear apart or explode. We generally don't want that feeling when we're doing heavily loaded or external weight exercises. Well, at least I generally try to follow that. But everyone has a different workout approach or philosophy. One more here. All right, chest press. Single or double. Each 10 reps. Nice strong wrists. Think of punching up to the ceiling, whether you got kettlebells or dumbbells. All right, back to the hinge. 40 seconds of work, guys. Last 40 seconds of work. 3 minutes skipping cardio or foam rolling or just chilling out. I'm going to go into some stretches here. I keep putting you guys over the hour. The last couple of days have been some longer workouts. So I'm going to get into some stretching now. So I stick to my timeline for today. But if you want a foam roll or some cardio, pause the video and then join in the stretching when you're done. That's up to you. Not a ton of heavy cardio today. If you want heavy weights, you probably got a lot of cardio work anyways. But if it wasn't heavy weights or you were learning the movements, not a ton of cardiovascular work. So we got an extra 3 minutes optional in there if you want. All right, stretching. Let's go into a lunge position. So, sorry about that. All right, we're just gonna stretch without music. Okay, I've got my left leg forward. Nice deep lunge here, far step forward. Think of taking your pelvis and tucking your tailbone in like a scared dog, and then push your hips forward. Just keep leaning your whole body until you got a stretch in the hip flexor, the front of the right hip. If your knee's okay with it and you have the flexibility, you can grab a hold of the right ankle and pull the right knee into a little bit more flexion, and that'll bring the quadricep muscle into the stretch a little bit more. Do about 15, 20-second holds. If you want a little bit more of a dedicated stretch time, then maybe hold for 30 or 45 seconds per stretch. Okay. From here, we're just going to fall down to our left side. Keeping my legs in that 90-90 position. And then I'm going to fold my chest over top of my left shin. Everyone's going to get a little bit deeper on this stretch. You can play around with your leg position, play around with your torso position. We're looking to stretch the left glutes and or the left hip rotator muscles, the muscles around the hip joint. Should be feeling it. All right, come on up. We're gonna switch legs. So, right leg forward, tuck the pelvis, squeeze the glutes, and shift the torso forward, getting a stretch in front of the left hip. Thanks very much for joining me today, guys. Another fun workout. If you didn't get a chance to catch John at noon this morning, it was his first go at the video camera. I think it went well. He seemed to enjoy it. He's looking forward to coming back on Monday. So every Monday through Friday, we'll also have a 12 o'clock class at noon. Let's fall to our right side. Monday, Wednesday, Friday will be body weight with John. Tuesday, Thursday, bands and balls, like the exercise ball that we used today. Fold the chest over top of the shin. And of course, I'm going to keep going 5 p.m. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we'll be using more weights, kettlebells and dumbbells. Tuesday, Thursday will be more body weight. If you enjoy skipping, or maybe you have a skipping rope and you want to learn how to use it, then join me tomorrow, Saturday at noon. I'm going to have a skipping class with you guys. So just skipping for probably, we'll do about 30 minutes or so. Come on up. Come to a kneeling position. If you don't like this, you can go cross-legged. That is fine as well. And we're just going to take the right hand, reach out towards the floor, dropping the left ear to the left shoulder, stretching out the upper trap here. You can play with neck rotations, find a good stretch. You can take the right hand, turn the palm forward and reach the hand back behind you slightly. I might put a nice little stretch into the neck or into the shoulder. And relax there. Take the left hand, reach out to the side towards the floor, and right ear to the right shoulder. If you went through the workout today and you felt like, you know what, the weight loads weren't quite challenging enough, I could have gone a little bit heavier, or maybe you don't have any weights at home and you're trying to find where to buy weights in the city, we've just decided today that we're actually going to rent out our dumbbells and kettlebells and sell some of them as well, because we can't use them for the next month in here, so we may as well get them in your hands. We're just getting everything up on the website right now, but maybe this weekend, if you go to the MORFIT.ca website, pretty easy to find where we have that page. Just look at the main navigation and you can see what we have for rental for sale. It'll be kettlebells, dumbbells, even like rowers and airdynes, barbells, cages, plates, all that stuff is going to be available. So if you want to build a little bit of a home gym, if you're missing out on your heavier fitness since the state of emergency was announced, then definitely check out what we have online. All right, guys, that's it. I enjoyed the heavy workout today after a long week of just a lot of body weight stuff. Hopefully you enjoyed it as well. I might see you tomorrow for skipping. Otherwise, stay tuned for another action-packed week starting on Monday, noon o'clock. Noon o'clock is not a thing. Noon or 12 o'clock and 5 p.m. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you again soon.